Okay, so I went ahead and uploaded the video for case 6, or it's currently uploading now. So I'm going to do a separate video on case 7 here, and let's get started. First up in this case is the 2-disc collection of Hauntings in America, disc 1 and disc 2. And then we have A Haunting in Texas. This one was alright. It wasn't as intense as I thought it was going to be, but it was alright, all the same. Then we have A Haunting in Georgia, based on true events. This one is more of a documentary than a horror movie, so it loses a little bit of points on that for that, compared to one that is coming up shortly here, which is the sequel to this next one, which is The Haunting in Connecticut 1. This one's pretty good. And then I have a space saved for a Blu-ray of it. And then this one is a better version of Haunting in Georgia. And that is The Haunting in Connecticut 2, Ghosts of Georgia. I think it's the same story, but one is in true horror movie fashion, and one is in documentary fashion, which didn't really do the story justice in my opinion. But I do have a slot saved for a Blu-ray of that as well. Then we have R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour. Don't think about it. That's what it's called. The Haunting Hour. Don't think about it. Another kind of family-friendly horror type story there. Then we have the original Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion movie. I thought it was pretty good. It doesn't age all that well, but I still thought it was pretty good when I would watch it when I was little. And I have a space saved for the sequel if they end up putting it on disc. And then we have The Heartbreak Kid. That is that one is a Ben Stiller, I guess kind of like a rom-com sort of, maybe. The next 2 discs have 4 titles each, and I got them in a case called Heat on the Street, which I guess is maybe Gang Wars or something. Let's see. We have Resting Place, Spencer: A Savage Place, The Glass Shield, and Fresh right here. That is a 1994 Fresh, not the newer one, with Sebastian Stan. Then on disc 2 from that, the discs look the same other than the titles listed, so I'm not going to show this the front of this disc because it looks the same as the other one I just did. And then this one has License to Kill, Spencer: Pale Kings and Princes, Chance, and Momentum. Then moving on, we have Pooh's Heffalump Movie right there. It's been a long time since I watched that. I mainly watched it when I was a little kid. Same with this one, Pooh's Heffalump Halloween Movie. And then we have Herbie the Love Bug, Herbie Rides Again, Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo, Herbie Goes Bananas, and Herbie Fully Loaded. That one stars Lindsay Lohan and Michael Keaton as a father-daughter duo. And then we have one called He's Just Not That Into You right here. No idea what it's about, but apparently it's a dual-sided disc because it says reverse side standard, which means this side must either be full screen or widescreen, and I just looked next to the DVD logo and it says widescreen. I'll probably watch it on standard version, or upside down on the reverse side if it's standard. Then we have Hide and Seek, a widescreen horror movie with Dakota Fanning. I think Robert De Niro was that. I might be thinking of the wrong person, but anyway. Then we have High School Musical Encore Edition, High School Musical 2 Extended Edition. I think High School Musical 2 is probably my favorite of the three of the trilogy. High School Musical 3 Senior Year. Took me a year to track down that one. Then we have Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure, which is kind of like a High School Musical 4 in a way, but it just follows Sharpay instead of the rest of the cast as well. Then we have The Hills Have Eyes 1 unrated. Sorry if you hear all the barking in the background. It's been barking season all flippin' day. Since about 2 o'clock. I have a space saved for a Blu-ray of that, as well as this one, The Hills Have Eyes 2 unrated. Then we have Hiroshima, the complete mini-series event, right there. And then we have Mormon Tabernacle Choir Orchestra at Temple Square, Historic Visit to Nauvoo. This has a picture on the front. Then we have A History of Violence, which looks like a revolver with or a 6-shooter there. Then we have The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy right here. This one has the guy that plays Bilbo Baggins and Everett Ross in it. Then we have Hitler, the Rise of Evil, which also features Hitler Stole My Ideas, The Battle of Germany, the Final Act, Hitler's Religion, and The Battle of Berlin, Death of a City, right here. Then we have Hitman Unrated Special Edition. The special features disc does look different, so I'll go ahead and show that as well, right here. Very nice. And then we have The Hobbit animated movie here. It's only 78 minutes long compared to the live-action counterparts, which are a lot longer. Then we have The Hobbit Unexpected Journey on DVD. The second disc looks the same, it just says special features on this portion here. But I do have the extended edition of The Hobbit Unexpected Journey on Blu-ray here. And in a later video, when we get to the L section for Lord of the Rings, we'll get to the special features disc for this one, as well as two special feature discs, as well as the 2 special feature discs for the next title I'm going to mention right now, The Desolation of Smaug. This is the theatrical DVD. Again, the special features disc looks the same as the feature or the movie disc. And then we have The Hobbit Desolation of Smaug Extended Edition on Blu-ray right here. And in both cases with those 2 movies, I have 2 spaces saved for a 4K combo pack. And then we have The Hobbit Battle of the 5 Armies. So far, I only have the theatrical DVD, and it has an identical special features disc. But I do have slots set aside for the extended Blu-ray and the 4K combo. And then we have Hocus Pocus 1. Hopefully I'll be able to track down Hocus Pocus 2. It was alright. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was alright. And we have Hollow Man and Hollow Man 2. And then we have Holiday Inn, special edition, it looks like. Let's see. Then we have Holiday Inn handcuffs. Yikes! Not how I want to spend a holiday. No, thank you. Then we have Home Party Edition. It's a funny DreamWorks animation movie. And it's got a flying car. There you go. Home Alone 1 Family Fun Edition with a space saved for a Blu-ray, as is the case for Home Alone 2, 3, and 4. Home Alone 2, space for a Blu-ray. Home Alone 3, space for a Blu-ray. And Home Alone 4, space for a Blu-ray. And I have 2 spaces set aside for Home Alone 5, DVD and Blu-ray. And then 2 spaces also for Home Alone 6, Home Sweet Home Alone, on DVD and Blu-ray, should Disney Plus or Disney ever decide to physically release it. I hope that's the case, along with the Disney Plus Marvel shows. Let's get to it. Come on, Disney. And then we have Home at the End of the World. I want to say this is set in the 60s. Then we have Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey, right here. Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco. Hoodwinked. I do not have Hoodwinked 2 yet, but I have a space saved for it. Then we have Hook, with a space for a Blu-ray. An existing Blu-ray for Hop, and I have a space for a DVD. An existing DVD of Hope Springs Eternal. I just watched this one, I think either yesterday or the day before. Third time viewing. A bit of a sad story, but a good one all the same. And I have a space saved for a Blu-ray of that. Then we have Dr. Seuss's Horton Hears a Who. This is the 1970s animated version. I don't think there's a live action version, but I do have a newer animated version from 2008 right here. It has a bit of a longer runtime. I think it's more like 78 minutes or something like that. It doesn't say on the disc. Then I have 2 copies of Hostel Part 1. The discs both look the same, so I'm not going to show them both. There is a space for a Blu-ray. I also have 2 identical copies of Hostel Part 2 with a space for a Blu-ray. The reason I have 2 copies of the first 2 is because I got those individually, and then later on found a trilogy pack and was finally able to get the third one, which I have a space for a Blu-ray of, and then a space for the DVD of Hot Tub Time Machine. Then I have an existing DVD Blu-ray combo pack for Hot Tub Time Machine 2 and its extended cut. I think I only watched the theatrical so far, but looks like there's only a 6-minute difference in runtime, so maybe I didn't miss all that much, but I will find out eventually. Then we have Hotel for Dogs, Hotel Transylvania 1. I have 2 identical DVDs because I got a DVD and then a Blu-ray combo pack. So here's the Blu-ray, but the other DVD just looks the same as the first disc I showed. Then we have Hotel Transylvania 2 with 2 spaces for a Blu-ray combo. Same with Hotel Transylvania 3, 2 spaces for a Blu-ray combo. And then I have 2 spaces saved for Hotel Transylvania 4 Transformania, I think. And then we have the House Bunny with a space for a Blu-ray, just to have an actual case for it, because I have a weird plasticky sleeve. Like, it's not even a plastic sleeve like Netflix would give out. It's pretty much just a clear envelope that is tall enough to hold or like long enough to hold a DVD case cover art piece, but it's paper thin and really annoying. So I want to try and get a Blu-ray just to get rid of that sleeve case thing. Then we have House of Wax. I also want to get a Blu-ray for this one. Then we have House on Haunted Hill and Return to House on Haunted Hill on the same disc here. And prior to getting that one, I already had Return to House on Haunted Hill individually. I recently added the double feature House on Haunted Hill disc after the last time I tried making this video. Yeah. Then we have a house with a clock in its walls on DVD and Blu-ray. The Blu-ray does look different, so I'm going to go ahead and show it right now. There it is. Then we have House Sitter. I think this is a Steve Martin comedy. And then we have How Rare a Possession, the Book of Mormon. It's actually not all that rare, but it is definitely worth checking out if you haven't. The book itself, not the play. The plays doesn't do it justice at all. No, don't watch the play. And then we have How to Eat Fried Worms. If you're looking for a gross out movie, definitely check out How to Eat Fried Worms, and you will be grossed out. Then we have How to Train Your Dragon 1. This is just the first movie. I have 2 spaces saved for How to Train Your Dragon 2 and the third one. And then we have HR Pufnstuf, the complete series, disc 1, which is pink. Disc 2, which looks the same but is purple. And disc 3, which looks the same but is orange. Same design, different colors. Then we have a DVD and a Blu-ray of I Am Legend. My Blu-ray works just fine, but the DVD crapped out on me. So I'll have to either replace that or just have it dual formatted with Blu-ray and 4K eventually. Then we have I Feel Pretty with a kind of an ugly orange disc. Not gonna lie, that shade of orange doesn't work very well, for me at least. Then we have I Can Only Imagine. This is a story about a musician that just wanted to prove himself to his dad, and he could only imagine how his dad felt about his musical career. Then all 5 discs do look different for this next thing, so I'll show all 5. And that is I Love Lucy Season 2, Disc 1, Disc 2, Disc 3, Disc 4, and Disc 5. They all look slightly different. Then we have a movie called I Love You, Beth Cooper. The girl in this that plays Beth Cooper is the same girl who plays Claire Bennett in the Heroes TV series. Claire Bennett has a crazy regenerative healing factor like Wolverine does. Then we have I Know What You Did Last Summer with 2 spaces for triple formatting. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, with 2 spaces for triple formatting, and one that when I looked at the back of the box said that, or back of the case said that it takes place in a different summer, but is I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. I've only seen the first one, and I was pretty impressed with it. But that was a while back, and I have spaces saved to triple format all 3 of these. But I would like to rewatch the first one before watching the second and third one because of how long it's been. I haven't watched the first one since 2018 or 2019, so I'd be a bit rusty on it and not know what's going on in the second or third one for that matter. Then we have I Know Who Killed Me. This is a horror movie starring Lindsay Lohan, which is kind of a different genre for her, because I don't think there's very many Lindsay Lohan horror movies. Then we have I Spit on Your Grave, aka The Day of the Woman, the original 1978 director's cut. Pretty good movie. An okay remake is the 2010 I Spit on Your Grave movie, which ended up spawning 4 movies in that line of movies. I only have the first one, but I have slots saved to dual format all of them, including the 2 I have. Then I have a space saved for a DVD of I, Tonya. It was actually a pretty good story. The story was good, but if you don't like lots and lots of swearing, I probably wouldn't check it out. With movies, it doesn't bother me as much when there's lots of swearing, because it's not like I can influence the actors not to do their job. But yeah, pervasive language is one of the things it's rated R for. Then we have Ice Age with a space for a Blu-ray, Ice Age 2 with a space for a Blu-ray, Ice Age 3 with a space for a Blu-ray, Ice Age 4 with a space for a Blu-ray, Ice Age 5 with an existing Blu-ray, and Ice Age 5 with an existing Blu-ray. I don't have Ice Age 6, so I have 2 spaces saved for that, for a DVD and a Blu-ray. Then we have Ice Princess, and then The Illusionist. This one's a cool little magician movie. Then we have I'm Not There, Disc 1 and 2. Parts of this movie were in black and white and other parts were in color. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense the first time I watched it. I'll have to watch it again to see if it makes more sense on a second run through. But on my initial watch through of it, didn't make a lot of sense because it without any rhyme or reason, it would just transition from color to black and white and back again. And then a really cute and funny movie that I watched yesterday too, I think, is Imagine That, an Eddie Murphy movie. Yeah, I was laughing on and off throughout the movie, so if that's any consolation to you, check it out. Then I have 2 identical DVD copies of Inception because I got a DVD, and then later on I got a Blu-ray DVD combo which had a special features Blu-ray as well. Here's the movie Blu-ray, and here's the special features Blu-ray. Then we have The Incredibles 1, disc 1 and 2, with 2 spaces for a Blu-ray combo pack. And then we have Incredibles 2 with a space for a Blu-ray. Then we have Independence Day 1, the first one, I should say, And Independence Day 2, Resurgence. The first one is better by a long shot. Then we have Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm looking forward to Dial of Destiny. It looks really awesome. Hopefully, before I see that, Dial of Destiny, I'll be able to track down triple formats for the existing 4 Indiana Jones movies. Up next, we have Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This is the second one. Then the third one, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Probably my favorite of the first 3, followed very, very closely by Raiders of the Lost Ark. Then I have 3 copies, of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. My first copy has a special features disc. The second and third copies do not. And here's the third copy here. All the 4 Indiana Jones movies that I just showed have 2 spaces for triple formatting. Then we have Indiana Jones bonus material. I think this covers the first 3 movies with bonus material. Yeah, okay. Then I have 3 spaces saved for Dial of Destiny. Then we have the Indian Wars, A Change of Worlds, Disc 1. Disc 2 looks the same, but it is a 2-disc set. Then we have 2 identical copies of Da Vinci Code 1, which has 2 discs each. Here's this first copy and its special features disc. Actually, I guess that's not quite accurate. The designs on the discs are the same. The second copy doesn't have an Albertsons sticker on it. So I showed you the special features disc from the second copy. Then we have Angels and Demons, aka Da Vinci Code 2. And the reason they're under I instead of D is Inferno, Da Vinci Code 3. All 3 are pretty good. I think I like the third one most, but I'd have to rewatch the second one to be able to, and the third one for that matter, to accurately say that. Then we have Inglourious Basterds on DVD and Blu-ray. Both were purchased separately. Then we have Inside Out on DVD, and then I got a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, which has an identical DVD disc and a Blu-ray disc that looks like that, and a Blu-ray special features disc that looks like this. I heard they're going to be making Inside Out 2, so I have 3 spaces saved for a Blu-ray DVD combo pack with a special feature Blu-ray for that one as well. Saved, left empty for that. Then we have Insidious 1 by itself. Then we have Insidious 1 and 2 on the same disc here, with 2 spaces saved for Blu-ray formatting, or dual formats. Excuse me. And then we have Insidious 3 and 4 with 2 spaces for triple format, or for dual formatting individually. Then we have Inspector Gadget. Used to play on repeat around here, as did this one, Inspector Gadget 2. 2 was my personal favorite because I liked G2, the female gadget. I thought she was just as funny as the the evil version of Inspector Gadget was in the first movie, but a different kind of funny. Then we have The Intern, The Interpreter, In the Service of Your God, Into the Woods. This is the movie version, not a stage adaptation that was filmed. Then we have Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which I would like to get a Blu-ray for. This is the 1970s version, I believe. Yeah, 1978. Then we have The Invisible Man on DVD and Blu-ray. This is the 2020 remake that came out just before we were all pervasively lied to. And then we have the Iron Giant Signature Edition, which also features the theatrical version as well. I think when I watched it, I watched the Signature Edition, so I'll have to check out the theatrical and see how different it is, if at all. But I would like to get a Blu-ray for that one. Same with Stephen King's It miniseries. I would like to get the Tim Curry Pennywise on Blu-ray. Then I have an existing DVD and Blu-ray for It Chapter 1 right there. Both discs look the same, but I figured I'd show them both anyway for some reason. And I have a space saved for a Blu-ray digital or 4K digital. Sorry. Then we have two identical discs for the It Chapter 2 DVD. It has a special feature disc that looks the same as the DVD as the feature or the movie disc does. And I have two spaces saved for triple formatting. Then we have It Happened to Jane. No idea what it's about. Originally released in 1959. This copy was re-released in 2004. Then we have The Italian Job. Like with House Bunny, I want to get a Blu-ray of this just to get rid of the weird flimsy case that it came with. Then we have one that I wish I had a funny story about, but I don't, because it's kind of a funny story. Then we have It's a Wonderful Life, original black and white version. I also have an identical disc that is a colorized version that both came together. Then we have Jack and Jill, where Adam Sandler plays both parts. Lots of potty humor. That's all I got to say about that. Lots of potty humor. Then we have Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, with a space for the first movie. Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit. We'll see this one again in just a second. But in the meantime, we have The Hunt for Red October Special Collector's Edition. I got a 5-movie DVD collection a while back, and so these are that's what this is from. Then we have a special edition collector's DVD of Patriot Games. And when we get to the P section, you'll see that I do have a Blu-ray of Patriot Games as well, but I decided to put these ones in relative timeline order. Then we have Clear and Present Danger, Special Collector's Edition, and The Sum of All Fears. We'll get to this one again when we get to the S's as well, but this one came in the 5-pack. And here's another copy of Hunt for Red October and Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit. Alright, moving out of the Jack Ryan realm here and into some horror. And that is Friday the 13th parts 1 and 2 on the same DVD. Friday the 13th Uncut. This is part 1, the original. And then we have from the Scream Factory box set, we have Friday the 13th theatrical version and uncut version on Blu-ray. Sorry, my nose is getting itchy. It's allergy season. Then we have Friday the 13th Part 2 on Blu-ray from the Scream Factory release. Not Shout Factory. I'm not sure why I said that. Then we have Friday the 13th Parts 3 and 4, the final chapter on combined DVD. Then we have Friday the 13th Part 3 3D, which is on a 3D Blu-ray, which hopefully will play on my regular Blu-ray player but we shall see. And then we have a Blu-ray of Friday the 13th for the final chapter. Don't worry, it wasn't actually the final chapter. They just called it that for some reason. Because now we have Friday the 13th parts 5 and 6, A New Beginning and Jason Lives on the same DVD, and separate Blu-rays for both. We have A New Beginning and Jason Lives. Then we have Friday the 13th parts 7 and 8, The New Blood and Jason Takes a Boat to Manhattan on the same DVD. And then here's part 7 on Blu-ray. And part 8. Then we have on extended DVD or unrated DVD, we have Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday, and here it is on theatrical Blu-ray. The unrated Blu-ray looks the same, but I'm going to go ahead and show it anyway, right here. Then we have Jason X, or 10, on DVD and Blu-ray. Then we have Freddy vs. Jason on DVD with Freddy, and disc 2 has Jason on it. And then the Blu-ray disc has both of them. Then we have Friday the 13th remake. This is the killer cut, only the extended version. And the Blu-ray for that has the extended and the theatrical version. I've never seen the theatrical version because I've only ever seen the extended edition that is present on my DVD. Then we have Friday the 13th bonus discs 1 and 2. They both look the same, so here's a closer look at that. And then one that I want to, or the next few movies I want to try in triple format, even the one I don't really like all that much. And that would be, or the one I don't like very much we'll get to in a second, but in the meantime we have A Nightmare on Elm Street 1 with 2 spaces for triple formatting. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Again, triple formatting spaces are open. Slots. Then we have Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Again, triple formatting spaces are open. Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. Triple formatting spaces. Then we have A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. Triple formatting spaces. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, but it wasn't. With spaces for triple formatting. And then we have 4 identical discs, my bad, for Freddy's Nightmares, which is a TV series that should have been made in more modern times, because the visual effects in this show don't live up to the movies at all. Then we have Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Even though I don't like this one very much, I would still want to try and triple format it because I'm a completionist weirdo. Then we have A Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 remake on DVD. I would like to triple format that one. I do, however, like this version. Not Wes Craven's New Nightmare, but I do like the 2010 version. Then we have Jaws with a space for a Blu-ray. Jaws 2 with a space for a Blu-ray. Jaws 3 with a space for a Blu-ray. And Jaws 4, The Revenge with a space for a Blu-ray. Next time I'm in a mood for a shark movie, I'd probably watch the original Jaws, then the second one, then the third one, then the fourth one. Then we have Jessica Simpson's Irresistible album. I haven't listened to this one yet, but some of the songs look interesting. Then we have Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, the movie. Jingle All the Way, Family Fun Edition, with a space for a sequel, because there is one. Then we have John Adams miniseries with 3 identical discs. I'll read what the parts included are instead of showing the all 3 discs, since they look the same. Part 1, Join or Die. Part 2, Independence. Part 3, Don't Tread on Me. Part 4, Reunion. Part 5, Unite or Die. Part 6, Unnecessary War. Isn't war always unnecessary? Unless it's Star Wars, then that's necessary for entertainment value. Then we have Part 7, Peacefield, and a documentary, David McCulley, Painting the Words. Also includes the making of John Adams. Then we have John Wick Chapter 1. I love the first 3 John Wick movies. I'm super excited to see the 4th one. It looks great. I will be triple formatting all 4 of them, by the way. Then we have John Wick Chapter 2. And John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. That taught me a Latin phrase. Si vis pacem, parabellum. If you want peace, prepare for war. Then we have Johnny English. Joseph Smith, Plates of Gold. The Times and Teachings of Joseph Smith, Volume 1. Journey to the Center of the Earth, right here. Yeah. We have Journey to the Center of the Earth with Braden Fraser. I think this might be the same movie as I just showed, with a different cover or different disc art, because they both say 2007 on the discs. However, one is PG and one is not rated for some reason. Then we have Journey to the Mysterious Island. Joy to the World. Judy Moody and the Not Bummer Summer. Hilarious. Jumanji, the original. Hilarious. Jumanji, the original on Blu-ray, with a space for a 4K. Then we have Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Still pretty funny. Not as good as the original. Robin Williams can never be replaced, and he did incredibly well in all the comedic roles that he was in over the years, including the genie in the original Aladdin cartoon. But I would like to triple format all 3 of these Jumanji movies, and I heard there's going to be a 4th one. So I have 3 spaces saved for Jumanji: The Final Level. Then we have Jumper. I'm not sure if there's a sequel or not, but under the guise that there might not be, I do not have a space prepared for it. Then we have the Jungle Book 40th Anniversary Edition of the original cartoon, which had a special feature disc as well, right there. Then we have Jungle Book 2. Both of those have spaces saved for Blu-rays, as does this live-action version from 2016, part of the live-action remake renaissance type, whatever you want to call it, that Disney's been doing lately and is continuing to do. Then we have Jurassic Park, the original, copy 1 and copy 2 with 2 spaces for triple formatting. Then we have Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, copy 1 and copy 2. I got them all individually, and then I got this one in a trilogy pack. And I got a trilogy pack. That's what the copy 2 came from. Then we have Jurassic Park 3, copy 1. I'm going to be triple formatting all the Jurassic movies, so I'm not going to say it every single time. But then we have Jurassic Park 3, copy 2 from the trilogy pack. Jurassic Park 4, Jurassic World on DVD, and I have an existing Blu-ray copy. And I'm not sure if it would be a 4K combo or just a 4K digital, so I left 2 spaces just in case for the 4K combo. Then we have Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, aka Jurassic Park 5. And then the end of this case is taken up with Jurassic World Dominion, Jurassic Park 6. With 1 space after it for the Blu-ray, and the beginning of case 8 starts with an open space for the 4K of Dominion. And that is case number 7. Hope you enjoyed that. It only took me about 46 minutes. I was kind of surprised because case 6 took about an hour. But here we go. Take care.